What is up, crawler fans, RC enthusiasts, and social media surfers? I'm your boy Josh with Texoma RC. Dude, K Fizzy. Number 2, K Fizzy. I don't know, dude. Sure glad you're here, man. Hope you guys are having a great week. Ready for some crawling. Whatever you do, man, dude, get out with some buddies. Play on the rocks. That's what we're doing. If you don't got buddies, I'm sharing mine with you. This was our hangout yesterday. Was a great time, dude. We got K-Fizzies with old, Traxxas in the back, dude. I forget what he's calling that thing. Monster Chewbacca at the wheel. Pretty freaking rad, dude. So, but the rigs will begin to change out as rigs break, batteries die, things happen. Somebody just wants to change it up. We'll see how it goes, dude. Stay tuned with us. Anyways, if you're new here, freaking hit the like, share, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, dude. Check out the description. Check out the Texoma RC shop, dude. Buy a Slayer. Join the Patron and help this stuff continue to happen. $5 saves you 20%, and it sure means a lot, man. I sure do appreciate you guys being here. Again, back to the rocks. Chewy, what's up, dude? Making it look easy. Yeah, that's what I thought too, bro. Let's go. Come on, Craig, dude. Take us somewhere awesome. All right, my boy Craig in the white and orange, dude. Look at the stickers, dude. Loving stickers. We have to do more stickers. It just makes everything look so much better, dude. So stay tuned. I'm working on our logo stickers, trying to make sure that I have those. By the way, some of the orders right now may or may not have stickers. I apologize, dude. Doing what I can. Funds got low and stuff had to, whatever, dude. But we're coming back, bouncing back. Orders are catching up. Oh my freaking gosh, dude. Ben's slaying around here. Not just the rocks, we're slaying slayers, dude. Heck yeah. So anyways, thank you everybody out there putting in orders, your support. Oh my gosh, dude. I sure do appreciate you guys. Let's go, Chewy. Come on, man. So, as you can tell, dude, I'm freaking excited, dude. It's Monday. I got to get this done so I can go start getting orders packed up and ready to go today. I got like hella plastic on the table, everything ready to go. I just got to start bagging everything up and get that sent out to everybody. Man, I freaking love doing this, man. I got to get in a rhythm here so we can just keep on moving, adding stuff. Lots of new, man. So I like rhythm, and what unfortunately sometimes I get in bad rhythm, and that's not a good thing, because I will repeat it even though it sucks. I don't know if you're like that, but so it's like, okay, stop, dude, stop, wait. New rhythm. We got to stop this. Every day we do this stuff and it's going to put us in a bad place. So we got to change it up a little bit so that we can be more efficient. We can do things better, right? Anyways. I don't really like sitting around. I'm not a sit around type of guy. I like to get up and do things. So sitting down, editing, sitting down, responding to messages, comments, all these type of things, sitting down, drawing on the iPad, whatever, it's all this sitting down stuff, man. Like I typically where I was doing, like, dude, I didn't hardly sit down unless I was driving all day long, like driving in the car. Other than that, dude, you're just on your feet, go all day, come home, stand at the workbench, now, dude, it's like mostly sitting. My back is destroyed. I got to figure out what to do. So, like, dude, I'm doing less work and I'm more painful. What the heck? Balance, bro. Balance. I got to add like workout routine or something in because I don't do physical labor all day, every day, so I got to figure something else out. Make sure I'm stretching the old body, keeping it flowing and moving just like these trucks. You know what I'm saying? Life is like a truck. Not really, but you know what I'm saying? We could probably, come up with some analogies. Just talking a bunch of nonsense, dude. This is what happens. You fire me up and I'm just going to start talking. And it may be good and maybe it won't be. You never know. At the end of the day, there's going to be plenty of inflection. If you're not paying attention, it sounds like it's cool. It sounds fun, right? Oh my gosh, dude. William Gibson, I just got your message. Heck yeah, bro. Hope your day is great. One of those dudes that just always reaches out and just has something to say and just encouragement, man. I appreciate that, man. Dude, you guys are freaking awesome. So many guys I don't even want to start to mention other people at this moment, just because I don't want to leave somebody out, man. There's so many dudes that your support is just like everything to me. I wouldn't be here without you dudes. And so, I mean, I'm super duper grateful for all of you and your support, and the you know, I don't know, just buying Slayers, and just the comments, dude. The comments and everything like that is like probably the most important for me. I just appreciate you guys, you know. So obviously I need money to pay for my family, you know, like but it just means a lot to me, the community, right? Like what I've done, like that's really what I set out for. The money is to pay for the community so I can keep doing this, right? Like that's what the money is for. You know, like that's all I would only spend it on cars and my family, making sure they're taken care of, you know, like we're just gonna make bigger stuff, bigger tracks, bigger courses. You know, that's where the money's going, dude. So if you feel like, oh, maybe your plastic's kind of expensive, well, for one, our plastic's not like what everybody else does on their plastic. Number one, a little bit more thoughtful, maybe. I'm not trying to do whatever, but you know, I feel like our plastics product's pretty freaking good. You know, and at the same time, I have to charge what I'm doing on the certain parts because of the time, the whatever on the printer, these different type of things. And you know what, dude? If you pay attention in there's some great deals that I'm not making hardly anything on by the time if you just look at it. You know, so. It's kind of trying to be balanced and making sure that I can continue to do this for you guys, because this is what I want to do. So maybe some things are potentially slightly higher than they could be. You know what, dude? But just stay with me, bro. And come on, ask anybody, bro. Like, come on, dude. Just look at it. Order something and find out what I'm trying to talk about. I'm just not going to tell everybody that I'm going to give everything for free, because I can't do that, you know. But I do my freaking best to hook you up, maybe a little something, whatever. Or like some of the guys that had to wait on all this stuff, I try to throw in extra parts, dude, and you know, just try to. Or the guys like in Australia, you got to pay like $30 for shipping or something. You know, try to put something in there to make it worth their while, you know. Like I so appreciate the support and whatever, and you know, believe me, I want to offer the absolute best product. So if you feel like at some point, you know, like again, if it breaks $5, dude, I'll make sure that it's taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't got $5, dude, I'll make sure it's taken care of, dude. Like I'm here for, you know, doing this, right? So if I'm giving you something that's not going to be what I said it is, dude, like that totally destroys everything that I came here to be and build, you know, whatever. So like if you're let down by my product, dude, just holler at me, man. Like we'll make it right, bro. I promise. Dude, so much talking about just whatever, and we have awesome, beautiful trucks on the rocks, dude. At the same time, it's kind of struggly, you know. Like I told Craig, this whole part back here, like I was like, yeah, this is pretty much all K5 off limits. He's like, oh really? So like you see, this is what is his third time trying to find something, trying to find a lineup. Rough, dude. It's hella rough. That's not talking down on Craig. That's just, it's so crazy hard. And these are K5s, bro. These are not Slayers. This would be the back of the course where I did kind of change it up because everything was too easy for the Slayers. So I try to kind of take out some of the rocks and move them around, make it harder than it was. So it's definitely bitey. It's definitely a pain in the butt, dude. That crack right there kills you all the time. Just wait, ask Sammy. Or you will find out for yourself. Oh, come on, buddy. So what else could we talk about? Oh, there's the trenchers. I do really want to take, I'm probably just going to take this wheel set, and I want to run them against just a Slaymo set with no weights on a Slayer. And we'll see the difference from a light to heavy rig. And also we'll compare so we could be comparing the Slayer, what happens light heavy, and we'll compare the trenchers light heavy on the same setup, basically. So this right here, man, like the rear differential in this Sammy's rig, also that's why his rig is not on the rocks. He tried to fix it like 500 times and it still broke. So just every time, man, first of all, that D strips out on the plastic gear is just terrible. And then if it doesn't strip out, the screw comes loose. Why? Because as you torque up, it turns the screw loose. So that's no good, dude. That's absolutely terrible that when you start to torque up, it's going to loosen the rear screw. And so that's also probably why it strips out easy. because it gets loose, and so then now there's no pressure holding the D in there, and now it strips out. Probably what happens. It's not a very good design, dude. Don't put a screw going backwards on the end of this shaft. It's got to be tightening, right? It's got to be tightening. So just one of those things. But really, really, really frustrating. Want to love this FCX 24 axles. But you know, already it's like you have to do so much. I haven't done any of that stuff on my 18Ps, right? Like I did put bearings in one of them, but the other one doesn't. You know, I didn't put bearings in, and it runs freaking rad, like no problem at all. You know, so like no brakes. I feel like it has better steering than the FCX 24. Yeah, no brakes in the plastic, no brakes in the internals. So to me, other than being Phillips, the 18P axles are better than FCX 24. They're almost the same, but they have better clearance. I think they're prettier. I think they did a phenomenal job, dude. It's unfortunate that the 18P does not get as much love as some of the other rigs, because if you put a little bit of work into it, it's going to destroy your other rigs for the most part. I know that when you have the big old body on there, it kind of makes it a little bit more fair, I guess. But when you make a baddie out of an 18P, it is a next level baddie compared to the other ones for the money that you had to put into it. It's just crazy, dude. It's just better, bro. Like, but nobody listens to me, dude. No, I'll buy an FCX 24. Well, that's probably my bad. I put a weighted steering link on it. And a boa, dude. Dadgummit, my bad. That's my fault. But I did that because I had already made them for a different rig, and they were available, and everybody loves the FCX 24 from FMS. By the way, I listened back to myself, and it hardly ever can you tell the difference between SCX 24 and FCX 24 when I'm talking. You can hardly ever tell the difference. Sorry about that, dude. So you pretty much just had to be in the club to know what's going on. Keep up. Let's go, dude. Man, I sure do appreciate you dudes for keeping up. It's freaking rad. There's even people that would listen to me talk like this. It's just nuts. Fire him up, dude. Wind him up and let him go. Find out what happens, dude. It might be cool, dude. Maybe he's going to be stupid. You never... Oh, Sammy! So this is the old Swamp Kings. If I was going to run them, I would put them on biggish wheels. I really want to see what happens with those on biggish wheels, because they're just crazy grippy. But like, I don't know how exactly he's running that setup, but every time I've seen him run, that's pretty much what they're going to do. His are really, really soft, but that rig is super duper heavy. You know, so they just need more support. You know, so a little bit of moral support or something. I don't know. But the biggest wheel should be everything it needs. I would imagine that's maybe going to be just a dominant tire on a biggest wheel. I don't know. I never had a set. I just watched these other guys run them. So I didn't like what they were doing and what I was watching, which is why I never bought them. But I didn't have Slayer. I didn't have Texoma RC biggish wheels to try out at the time. So we'll have to get some order, dude. Sammy said he was going to mount some up, dude. I've been waiting on him, and he just lagging, bro. Oh, my God. Let's go.
A lot of times because, you know, my family...
Dude, I forget what he named that car. Feel bad. No, he told me.
Like, come on, man.
He said it, dude. You probably heard him talk about it. Chewy.
We all Indians here, right? I know I don't look like it.
Dude, I love the K5, dude. It's so fun to drive. It's definitely a challenge, but like... I don't know. I definitely do like scale driving. So I don't know that how much I would like it if it was just a stock truck or something. I wouldn't like it at all. But with the tough truck chassis that you see on the black K5, you know, obviously we're incredibly stable. So we do have a massive belly that will get hung up. You have to watch out because it's a super belly. But it looks like a truck. It looks like a K5 kind of. So that's cool. But we can run the angle on the side. We walk this quite a bit easier than Craig did. I would bet that he might have got this if he wasn't, if the K5 didn't have the cover on the back.
Yeah,
Take the roof off and probably make that. Super clean, bro. Super clean.
I got your back, dude.
But see, look right there. So his suspension is already just maxed out in the front.
Yeah.
All that weight's on the back. So you may just need more weight towards the front. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Try it again. Try it again. But this is one of those spots that if your rig doesn't hit it just right, you aren't going up. So what his problem is as soon as the driver or passenger starts hitting that ledge on the bottom, that's what happens. So he's trying to set it up so it won't do that. But every time, because of the weight balance, the width and the length, it's just going to be very hard. Each rig will have its own way up these obstacles, just like any time. But it just seems like here, because you can't actually hardly see the obstacles, like it just seems kind of weird. It takes a while. Then you're like, oh, okay, this one has to go just right here. And that's also how I learned pushing techniques and whatever, learning to just be slow, let it push and find the grip. I love this surface. I love the range for those type of things. It just taught me so many things. Very fun. I freaking love my backyard, dude. I play here every day. I don't share that with you guys a lot of times, you know, like, because like if I'm going to make a video, it's like, oh, let's go do something, right? I want to go get out. I've been here all day. I work here. I've been in the shed back and forth to the printer all freaking day. I want to go do something when I do a video. So that's why I hardly ever show off the range. But I freaking love this place. Couldn't get tired of it. You know, you do get, you know, you run the same lines, but then, dude, you put the K5 on there, you're like, oh my gosh, it's so hard. Anyways, I fell off. I went too, you know, it was a great save, but I went too far. There was no saving it with that type of rig. Any type of backup would have just kept me sliding. There was no saving that. So it was a great save the first time, but there was no saving the save. So too bad, bro. Too bad. Rip till you flip. All right, dude. All right. What are we doing, Craig? So the stock bumper, dude. Well, it's not stock. That's the after, well, like the upgrade bumper in the kit or something. Rip till you flip on wheels. But Sammy learned he had to tuck his. On mine, mine's a little bit different. Because mine's glued on in the front because I'm obviously not running the stock chassis. And mine, the boa mount is up in there and everything, so I glued mine to the front. So it's up as high as it could go. I don't know, maybe like 2 millimeters higher than normal, and completely tucked up to the body. And then the rear one is mounted. I'm using a bracket on the back that I made to mount the body onto the chassis, and so that is about 2-3 millimeters shorter than the stock one that's back there. And so I chiseled up just a little bit for the mounting bracket or whatever, the part of the bumper that came through. I filed that up, you know, maybe 2.5 to 3 millimeters, whatever the distance was, so that the bumper is just flush with the bottom of the body. So I said I didn't cut it. I didn't, but I did have to notch out on the sides for the bumper because it made it like bend. So the only part that I actually cut were just the slots for the tabs on the bumper, and then on the very corners I cut it because they're rounded. It wouldn't fit properly. So I just cut for the bumper to fit so it looked pretty. And that's the only cut or anything that I've done to modify the actual body of the rig. Pretty good, dude. See, this is what he could not do in the Blazer. Not gonna happen, dude. This is tough truck type stuff. That, you know, I don't know how much you'd have to do to the K5 to get it to do that. It's gonna be crazy. It'd be really hard. Obviously, that's a K5, but it's a completely different platform and is weighted with 4 ounces over. No, that one has 5 ounces over stock chassis. Plus brass all the way around. It's funny that in my head I was gonna say gold all the way around, but it's brass. I have no idea. Why, dude? Should have just rolled with it, or just not told you about it. Nice controlled backup. You got the backup skills, Craig. It's a great job. But he just showed off. So this is purple. This is the purple Yoda, dude, in a paint configuration program. And so he's on trenchers today. These are the smallest tires and smallest setup the Purple has been in a very, very long time, maybe ever. And so he did really good, but just shows you that's a badass setup rig, and just showed you how hard it was. And I just did it with my K5. So just to show you, this stuff is not easy, dude. I promise you. Both in skill and exactly where to be, and then on your rig, you know, like it's hard on your rig. And you know, if you don't play on here, I play on here all the time. I could run most of this stuff at speed, you know, like super duper easy. So I show you kind of at the end just a little run, just to show you what I mean. Anyways, dude, rip till you flip, dude, homie. Looking pretty. I love the Yoda, dude. I've driven a little bit. The only problem it has is a little bit of an extra belly, being a Gladiator. But other than just hitting the belly a little bit of times, dude, that thing is such a good rig. And I bet you with the trenchers, it's like in its most dominant form on the range right now. Pretty good. It could be potentially a little bit wider, but it looks super duper good. Hard body scale life, dude. Got a race car driver in there. Oh, that was terrible on the K5 driving, buddy. I don't think I hardly ever on the downs or upside when I'm driving, by the way. I always go down on the downside so that I could see, because it's so easy to do that from the top side. I don't know why. It's just the angle. You just don't see it. And then you go on the bottom side, you're like, oh, hella easy. Gosh. Let's go. Nice legs, Craig. Nice legs. I love the scale shot with the hammock in the back. Freaking rad. Giant ass hammock. Pretty cool, dude. Totally killing scale shots. Ooh, look at the blazer. Can we make it look clean, dude? Set it down clean, or is it going to fall? Let's see. Pretty good. Pretty good. You could handle that if you were a driver. It's normal. Pretty good, dude. So, like, it's one of the things I try to do as a scale driver. You know, you kind of think about how it, you know, what would it be like to be in there, dude? Is your guy going to live? I know I hit one, I did it the other day. You're just like, that would have been death, bro. You just would have broke the neck of the person. Not good, dude. Oh, it was just a hard, like, on the steering link or something. Ah! Nice save, dude. Wow. So scary. That lip is only like 2 inches probably that the tire's on, just big enough to forward and back that far. So, like, I had that far to pull that down. It's just crazy.
Definitely not very fair.
Without going off the edge, because we would have not made the drop. We would have definitely not saved it from the drop right there. We don't have the wheel speed. It would have launched. Not good. Rip till you flip. Hey, that's probably going to be the thumbnail. That looks pretty rad.
Another rig will die.
Looks like they were posed in there for a second. Let's go, Craig. Purple Yoda, dude. So those, my opinion, I haven't driven on everything, dude, but like, that has to be as good or better tire in the size, you know, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58. The trencher has to be the most grippiest tire I've seen in any setup. I've watched them on other people's channels. I've driven them in multiple setups on my own. I've watched guys play with them on the channel, on, you know, in other rigs in multiple different configurations, and I haven't seen a time when I was like, yeah, those tires aren't doing very well. They always do very, very good, and that's not the case with all tires. You know, like, you know, there's certain tires that will, like these, like the way his tires are set up right here. The what are the what are those? The Swamp Kings. They do awesome on loose terrain. They're just gonna gnaw and claw and just be gnarly, super grippy, but they're gonna be sloppy at the same time. So on the range, that's really gonna be hurtful. So when you're just going forward on a climb, it could potentially be great. When you start to do, an incline on a side, like this type of stuff, it's really going to be bad because, you know, it's not putting down the power. This also, again, is one of those things where you need to have tension on that rear end, right? Not having springs on a rig this heavy on the range isn't going to work. It works good on loose chunk, does not work on the range, right? Does not work when you start going vertical and whatever. You had to have springs, or you had to keep it slammed down. You cannot let it pop loose, right? It's just not going to work. So not just springs. If you run springs, you're going to be tall. So I run springs with spring mod on all my Slayers. And then from there, if I start going to heavier body, I will most likely be going to some sort of rubber bands or something to keep it from popping loose. Just because, again, for me, I've got to have my rigs to come play here. So they always have to have some sort of limitation.
I guess we'll just go up.
But then we go into the loose rocks, and you also have to have the flex. You have to have the movement. We got to stay sexy flexy to a degree. So just proper setup, dude. Okay, the pins, dude. This is really bothering me, dude. I actually went and one, but somebody had to stop for a second. Oh, the camera overheated. I ran in and washed these tires just because this is what happens, dude. You see, like I ran this the other day on video, and I was going up this. Never one time did I slip with the pins in all of my runs. But like I had just mowed, weed eated, I got the track ready, and I blew all this stuff off. But the other day when I had run, I had washed the tires, and it had just rained, so that the range was super duper clean. And so just having the dust, even if it was blown off, it does get quite a bit slicker. And so, you know, me having handled these tires for even just a few days, dude, that's what happens, bro. So maybe I just got the greasiest hands ever. I don't know. But like I do hella sweat, you know, and just my hands get like oily. And if you handle the rigs, dude, if you handle the tires, it doesn't take much. And you know, they're useless on the range. So I have thought about, I was talking to the guys yesterday about potentially getting like an acid wash or something and just adding a little bit of grip, potentially trying to just, you know, because it's kind of slicked up for when you do the brushing during this process. By the way, shout out to Matt from 2FMRC. He did a cool video on doing a course kind of like this, just with concrete and how to kind of shape it and whatever. I will be doing that again because I love doing this. I just got to find another place to build a course and then have the money and time to do that. So, but we'll have to do that and share it, and it'll be freaking rad. But what I was saying though, when you're brushing and you're working the concrete, as you're doing that, you're bringing the water to the surface, and so it can slick up, right? And so what you can do is then go back and acid wash that. And remove some of that slickness and get to where it's going to be gritty again, to get to the sand and expose some of that sand grit again. But that would probably mean we would probably have to repaint the course. And as you can see, dude, we got some breaks and whatever, so that's not good. They're not going to go away. It doesn't really matter, dude. It's just a place to play. It's not going to fail or whatever. It's just cracked. But that's what happens. I did a wood structure underneath this, and the wood's probably deteriorating. But the concrete's not going to go anywhere, dude. Concrete ain't going nowhere. All right, that's enough about the cores, dude. Look at that rig, TRX4M, the truckster, dude. Freaking straight out of Gotham, dude. Dark Knight style, bro. If Batman had a crawler, that's what he'd be crawling in, bro. Super dope. It's even cool. It has the blue battery pack. I think that's pretty rad. Pretty sure it matches the shocks. Pretty freaking cool, bro. Pretty cool, bro. Anyways, that's a design by Craig, dude. We got to keep shouting him out, bro. He's working on it. I know that he's working on it, but you got to put it down there, dude. He needs your support, dude. We need a truckster. Put it in there, dude. We need a truckster. I know I told you guys last time, dude. But we need a truckster, dude. Trying to fire him up, bro. That thing is super rad, though. So he brought it out to slay the range, bro. He thought he was going to slay the range, but it's not a slayer. It's okay, dude. It is very, very good in this setup. That gnarliness that he came across that ledge, I missed it because, again, the tires were slick and they just slipped right off the edge. It was literally like ice. I was slipping all over. It's so frustrating when you do go to drive a rig that you do all the time in the place you drive all the time, and you're like, wait a second, dude, this isn't right. So I went and washed the tires, came back out, and you go right there, and it's slick again. Why? Well, I blew all the rocks off, but if you looked on this, I set it in the background here. That rock right there still has a bunch of sand on it, so like there's no grip. But that's what happens, dude. Made it look clean, dude. All right, your turn, dude. Gotham. The Gotham truckster, dude. What are you going to do, bro? Dark Knight from Texoma RC status. It's Craig. It's Craig. We're going to set the C, but we'll likely have this on the Texoma RC website whenever he's ready. Or, well, yeah, hopefully website, but Etsy. We will see, dude. Ooh, look at that, dude. So good. Great job, Craig. Make it look nasty. Ooh, that was good. Uh-oh. Caught on the side a little bit. Caught it just in time. Great job, dude. Now, keep it going. Right there, right there. Gotta find the hooks. Great job, dude.
You just gotta find it, dude.
You could do it. Right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll work on the cleanliness next time. But he made it. He made it, dude. Truckster made it, bro. We swap rigs, dude. Here we go. Booger. It's the booger eater, dude. I'm going to say again, this was the same type of setup. We got real loose, real floppy, and we're running lots of angles. So when you start doing that, bro, it's going to have a hard time. Looks cool like right there, dude. Got some nice, gnarly looking shots, but it's going to struggle. And that's also one of those things when you are super flexy, it kind of leaves your wheels in bad positions in pulling up sometimes. Can look really cool, but I have found, I used to love the flex, but I've found when you run it a little bit tighter, you can now float a tire up and over something, or at least up onto something where it would have normally been hanging down and got hung up behind. So very cool little things that you learn along the way, and that's why I run the setups that I do, because you don't end up needing all that flex. Only thing you need is the dropout, but you can't have the dropout when you're going up the hill, because then it's pop off, pop out, whatever, either way. Let's go, dude. So right here, again, so we're talking about springs and tension. Do you see his rear end, how it's like just like sagged over? Instead of having pressure on the, what was the high side, on the right side rear, watch when we go up here again. Come on, dude. Get up there. He's in a different position. Dang it. Nice backflip, though. Not really enough to talk about. So right here, it's a good approach right here, but then I slipped. Not good. Not good. So I'm going to continue to pull it is what I decided, because I figured if I back up, I'm going to ruin it. And then I'm here, and I got worse. And again, the same thing. In one of those situations, you just got to try to go forward, because when you try to save it, it's going to be bad. Not going to work. It may not work going forward either, but I knew in that situation backing up was a bad thing, and I knew better. So Craig starts to fall off here, and he just goes ahead and runs with it, and it ends up working out for him. Runs it up on the fence a little bit, and does a great job, dude. Came through. Perfect. So right there. So if I would have kept going, that could have happened to me potentially right there, whereas rear driver got hung up right there and pivoted him around. So, but instead I tried to back up, which just exposed my belly on the rock, slid me off. No good. Here we go, dude. See, right? Look at this. Look at this. Just waving, bro. Just waving. Dang it. So that rock is grippy, especially with those Swamp Kings. That iron ore rock will be super grippy. That's what I would like it to be, I guess. It is super fun to play on a very grippy rock. Just watch it go and hang on things. Just crazy. Where like on the range, a lot of times it just will slip off. Just can't hang on there, dude. But that also makes it fun because you have to find and track down all the little ledges and lips, the little like handholds and whatever that you can find to make the climb. You know, it just makes it a different experience. And so that's why it's like, I don't know if I should do it, because I do really love the range for what it is. But it'd be nice if I did have a little bit more grip in places. So I guess you could just do that in places or whatever. I don't know, dude. But then it's gonna be all blotchy from the acid and, dude, problems, dude. First world crawler problems, bro.
Probably have.
Let's go. Bellied out, bud. Sometimes I forget how hard this over here can be when you're not like lined up. Typically, I can go up through this stuff from the beginning and just go right through it and not have a problem. But when you get offline, it can be really hard. Again, just touching the rock, the iron ore on the side, it will grab the tire for sure. And then the rest of like the concrete, a lot of that stuff has super duper grip. It's just broke concrete, so it's very, very grippy. And so you know, you really have to watch touching a tire to it, because it will just grab onto it and just hurt you potentially. Or it could be great. It could be exactly what you wanted and needed. So right here, Craig, I think, was a little afraid to take the line that is necessary. He wanted to try to stay high and keep his driver from that hole. However, right there, he needed to be with his rear end where it was. His driver needed to go in that hole from the beginning. That's where he needed to aim it. But, you know, if you don't, that's what happens. So I will show you here maybe. No, I can't pull it off. It's hard from this angle, dude. That's why we'll go down and I'll show you how you're supposed to get through here. Too hard. So this is how you're supposed to get through here. I was super duper proud of this, by the way. This was about as clean as you can make it. There was this backup right here. Or, you know, I think there's maybe 2 backups. But from here, 3. Dadgummit. From here on, this is about as clean as I can do it, dude. It's so hard. You had to be just in the right spot. It's so easy to fail, and I don't ever do it from this angle. I always do it from the back side. So I was really proud of myself. But see right there, you had to run the driver down in that hole and keep the high side down so that you can split the crack next to it. If you don't do that, when you actually get past that, you're going to be effed. So, or you don't make it past it. Either way. So we'll see how Craig does here. Very, very hard line. Very hard line. So he's wider than I am by quite a bit, lower than I am by a good amount, and quite a bit heavier. So 2 similar looking rigs, incredibly different setups. And see, again, I split that V and had my rear end down farther. So now again, he's trying to push up onto that rock where he should be aiming towards, probably like he should have been aiming like 20 to 30 degrees left to split the V to the left that you end up going through. Again, if you do not do that, you will not make it through there. Very, very, very hard line. And definitely not all rigs can make it. I have impressed myself a few times with, I may have actually made it through there with the K5. It was crazy, but typically very well. It wasn't just a K5; it was a tough truck, and I think it actually had the cage on it, not the body, if I wasn't mistaken. But that's a different story. That was actually also the extended one, so not a K5 at all.
Tire right on the edge. It actually falls off.
That's hella funny, dude. So it was the chassis that was made for the K5. After I took the K5 body off, just ran the cage, totally changed it, everything up. But it was a K5, I guess. My bad. Good try, Craig, dude. This is super duper hard. I did make it look easy, though. So, sucks for you. Oh, let's go, Booger. Let's go, Booger. There's not much to say right here, dude. He's just got to try to find the pinch right there. Only thing I would say would probably slow your tires down so they have a chance to actually grip. It's one of those things that, again, you can speed it up so that you get that lucky bounce, but you could also speed it up and it throws you flying, or you get a tire bite like that. That was the tire, that was the crack I mentioned earlier, and I told you to watch for Sammy. He found it. It has destroyed me many times. What happened, Sam? Oh yeah, he had a link problem, I think, right there. Just got caught. Is that right there? This is, again, I don't do this from this side, dude. I always run from the behind side. I guess he hadn't found it yet. He got a link broke. It's hanging down right there. That's what happened. That's what flipped him off. Oh. Thanks for making us look good, Sammy. I really appreciate it, dude. Oh, that was pretty, bro. Too pretty. Great job, Crevice. That is the red buggy's name, actually. That's Crevice. Even though Crevice is supposed to be a 4-steer buggy, we did rob him to make that. So that's what you get. That's Crevice. In Crevice, we are running Enduro Pro Hobby Plus electronics. Very good. Actually, no, those are the FMS electronics. You can tell by the push button. I always forget. They're the same thing. They're the same thing. The one thing that is, again, better about the Hobby Plus is it comes with a better servo, in my opinion, and the servo is a normal 3-wire. It comes with an extension for the micro plug, versus the FMS, the servo has a micro plug and plugs directly in. So when you go to replace it, you have to either cut that micro plug off and solder it on, or get your own micro plug and connection kit and do all that. Oh, dude, Craig's battery died, and so from here on, I'm gonna try to get out of this crack and try to show you a little bit of coolness, I guess. I don't know. I just kept the camera running after everybody died and quit. So I tried to push up. I was like, okay, well, can I get up on here? But still got too much tire bite, so we just flipped it out and flipped it around again, and we're gonna go push up this way. So this is one of those things that I do practice actually quite a bit. Falling, I'll even fall in the hole on purpose and try to see what happens and try to not break the car and try to flip back over. It's a fun practice, dude. It doesn't always look pretty, and it doesn't always happen right away, and you can't always get it, but if you stay with it a lot of times, you are able to get the Slayer to keep on rolling in a situation like that. Pretty freaking cool. Pretty fun practice, dude. Here we go, dude. Just push it up. So this is obviously not the cleanest. Just trying to run it up and rip till you flip. See what I could do with the camera rolling. Here we go, buddy. Trying to put, what I'm right there, I'm trying to do is go up on the outside. I couldn't push up and wrap around from this angle. I don't know what I was missing. But if your rear end is in the right spot, you can push up on the very outside corner, which is what I was trying to let it push into, but it didn't want to go. So I took the easy road and took it left. So then we're up and over the top of the range, coming off the side hill. This is one that would have killed pretty much every other rig except for the Gotham truckster. He was wider and heavier than I am, more stable even than this Slayer, which is a super light, ultra light Slayer, if you didn't know. This is not intended to be the ultimate stability. This is meant to be the ultimate gate Slayer. There you go, dude. I sure do appreciate you guys watching. I hope that you all have a great day. Definitely get out and rip to your flip and have a good one.